everyone, today in this video I'm going to be checking out the Bissell Little Green ProHeat. I did purchase this product myself, and any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Take a look at the retail box and packaging. They walk you through the included contents, how to use and set up the device, and some of its key features. If you're familiar with the Little Green, this is going to basically be the exact same unit, but now we have the ability to heat and maintain our water temperature with their heat wave technology. And we have a different accessory that's included as well. You'll see that right there. It's their 3-in-1 stair tool. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and see what's inside. Here are all the contents. First up, you'll find our user guide and manual. It's a nice overview of the product, what's in the box, how to set up everything, choosing different cleaning formulas, prepping for cleaning, then how to actually clean and use the different tools and accessories that are included, aftercare. Then we have troubleshooting, and all that information repeats in multiple languages. Next, you'll see our 8 ounces of Oxy spot and stain that's included. Then we have multiple accessories that we'll have to install on the unit, followed by some additional cleaning head options. This is the hydro rinse. This is to put on the hose after you're done to clean your unit. And then we have the 3-in-1 stair tool here, where you can just twist the head depending on the design that you want for how you're cleaning. Now pick and choose which one of the 3 positions you would prefer while you're cleaning, and you can use this tool. And then last but not least, we have the unit itself. Nice grip handle up top, toggle on and off switch, assembly instructions right here. You'll notice we have our 15-foot power cable. You'll also see the included accessory. I'd say that's like your main brush cleaner you're probably going to use most often. Nice trigger. We can press this to pull out to release. We can also remove this cover. That's an upgrade from my regular Bissell Little Green. So if we just press this in, we can gently pull that up and out of the way for easy cleaning. I love that we have a removable cover. It's just the little things that really start to make a difference. Now let's go ahead, let's get this set up. Installation, simple and straightforward. We just have to clip all 4 of these accessories onto our unit. 3 will go on the back right here. So just follow as we're doing, line it up, and you'll just gently press it in place like that. Same for the next one, line it up, gently press in place. Then on the back side, we have our last piece right here. That's just going to line up, and same thing, it snaps right in. Now we'll gently flip it over to the front side of the unit right here, and we have our last piece, and this will just go up and out of the way, just like that, and that will snap in. Now we have our machine all set up and ready to go. So let's look at it in more detail. All right, take a look. Everything's set up properly. Grip handle up top, toggle on and off switch. You'll see all of our accessories stored in the back, from our cable to our wand and our 3-in-1 stair tool. Let's look at it from the very front. You'll see the Bissell logo and branding, Little Green ProHeat, with our clean and dirty water tanks. Give you that side profile here of the dirty water tank. You'll notice we have our full indicator there. Flip it around to the other side, you'll see our clean water tank. And looking at the back side, you'll see how everything's stored here. Cable, 3-in-1 accessory, main wand. I snapped the hydro rinse to the bottom here. You can snap it to the hose if you want. I'm not sure where you're supposed to store this on the unit. I always thought it was kind of goofy that even on my other Bissell Little Green, the regular one, still don't know where you're supposed to store this so you don't lose it. But maybe you could clip it on the side if you wanted. I like just to have it on the hose back here and out of the way. This is great too because this hose is see-through. Now you'll know how dirty it is. You want to make sure that you're actually cleaning that internally. Now let me flip it over to the very bottom. Take a look at the bottom of the unit here. And now we'll look at the clean and dirty water tanks. So this is the clean water tank, and it just pulls up and out of the way. Small area water plus formula measurement, large area water plus formula measurement, labeled clean for you. Up at the top, you have this plug to remove to fill up the tank. That'll just snap right back on. Dirty water tank, very similar here. Labeled dirty, got the full indicator. Little plug up at the top if you need it, but for this, you'll just loosen this section. This pulls right out, so you can wash the float, and wash inside. Then you can just line everything back up and tighten and put back in place. Now let's go ahead, let's get this filled up and let's try it out. All right, so I just filled up both the clean water tanks and added solution. Now we're gonna go ahead, get the thermal camera out and see what the temp is, and then we'll come back after a couple of minutes and see if the Little Green ProHeat was able to sustain at or near the temperature that we left it at. All right, so take a look at both units right here with our warm water we just filled up from the sink. So for our regular Bissell Little Green, let's just call it 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And we'll come over here for the Little Green ProHeat. You'll see maybe just a little bit cooler, but there we go. We got a hotter spot there. So just for the sake of things, let's call it 120 degrees Fahrenheit for both of the water tanks, and we'll see what happens when one stays at room temp and starts to cool off, and one has the ProHeat to hopefully help maintain the water temp. All right, so it's been a half an hour. Let's go back and check the water tank temps here. I was pleasantly surprised that we still got plenty of warm water in our Bissell Little Green. We'll just call it 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So really well insulated. Great to see that for half an hour of use, you're only dropping around 10 degrees. And now for the Bissell Little Green, you'll notice that it's flared up more, so it is going to be warmer. At some sections, we still have the 120 degree Fahrenheit mark, if not exceeding that. And then other areas, you'll see like the coldest spot of the tank around that 116 degree Fahrenheit mark. So it's definitely holding that water steady for the most part there, where over time you'll continue to see the drop with the regular Little Green. So at the end of the day, what you need to know is that for prolonged periods of cleaning, probably a half an hour or more, definitely in that hour mark, you'll see the benefit of the Little Green with ProHeat to continue to sustain your warm water temps, where eventually you'll see that for the regular Little Green, it will continue to lose heat until it's just at your room temp. First up, we're testing the Bissell Little Green and the Little Green ProHeat side by side here. We're trying to clean up an old coffee ground stain. This is a stain that's been months in the making as we test all of our RoboVacs on this particular piece of carpet, vacuuming up carpet grounds. So side by side, they both do an eerily similar job as you'd expect. Same solution, basically the same machine, but we do have the heat with the ProHeat. So when you finish cleaning and you look at them side by side, especially in the studio, it is going to be slightly cleaner visually looking at the side that the ProHeat was able to clean. And our reason for that would be, you guessed it, having slightly warmer water at our disposal to help remove a little bit more of the staining. Now it's time for our torture test. You'll see identical stains dried on. All of these stains are over a week old. We have tomato juice, grape juice, apple juice, and my personal favorite, chocolate syrup. I know, really, really appetizing to see all those stains embedded on the carpet. But with this test, you'll see as each unit continues to clean, they're basically neck and neck as we progress through the first three stains: the tomato juice, the grape juice, and the apple juice. It's when we get to the chocolate syrup that you start to see a pretty substantial difference in how they perform cleaning, and that advantage is definitely due to having that warmer water to help soften and break down the chocolate syrup. Now, I know I didn't do a good job cleaning the stain in regards to spreading it all around our sample rug, but you get the idea of how that ProHeat in action with the warmer water will lead to better results on certain messes. Accessory time. Don't forget about the included attachments and accessories. So with the 3-in-1 stair tool, you'll be able to get all those corners, nooks, and crannies. Really nice to cover large areas like your step landing, the tread that everybody's walking on, as well as in those corners and hard to reach areas. And even the lip of the step we can clean right up to the carpet as it rounds the step. So really versatile and functional to have that tool at your disposal, especially if you have dirty steps from pets, kids, or just a highly trafficked area. We also can't forget about the hydro rinse tool. This is great to clean your hose and machine after you're done using it. Make sure to spend just a couple of seconds to rinse some of that clean water and solution through your hose and up and out into the dirty water tank before you remove and clean everything. Unfortunately, in this cleaning process, somehow we've had a catastrophic failure, and you'll see that our unit is leaking here. All out from the bottom. Let's see if it shoots out anymore when I turn it on. Can you see it splattering? Somehow we've sprung a leak. So let's dive into that catastrophic failure a little bit more. So for some reason, our dirty water tank is leaking, even though we've triple checked the seals. We've tried this test multiple times and it continues to leak. Basically what happens is once this gets full, this float's gonna rise up and shut off any new water or anything coming in, which is fine. But typically then what you'll do is you'll shut down the machine and you'll go ahead, you'll take this dirty water tank off and empty it. Our problem is that when we have it full and it's time to empty, if we just move this a little bit to the left or to the right, it's gonna start spewing out a ton of water down here. So watch what happens as we go through this test. It's already doing it. About to hit full. So now we're full. That drip's fine. So now you'll see the unit dripping. Ironically, that's the best that it did right there, but you still saw the water coming out of the unit, and typically we're seeing even more water than that flow out after that test. So anyways, for us, we still have a leak somewhere, I don't know, in here with the tank that I have no idea how to fix. So now let me share with you my final thoughts after using the Bissell Little Green ProHeat. Here's what you need to know, and I'll talk about this first without addressing the elephant in the room, which is that our unit is leaking here. So first, the pros are going to be its smaller, more compact size. I really like the layout of this unit. It's great to have the 3-in-1 stair tool. If you clean a lot of steps in your house or even have a lot of stairs and steps, you'll appreciate having that tool. I'd argue that you might end up using it in other more creative places as well, maybe cleaning your car seats, things along those lines. I also love that the covers pop off so we can actually clean them. Huge, huge, huge points for that, because that was really a big miss in the regular Bissell Little Green. Also, obviously, we can't forget about the heat setting. So the fact that we can actually have this maintain our warm water temperature is great. But I'm also going to put that in the con column because it's not going to heat your water up. It's just going to maintain the temperature of your water. So there's no steam, there's no heat settings. We can't toggle a button to do like high or low heat or anything along those lines. And I'd love to see that added and steam, right? Give us more controls and give us some additional features like that if we're already going to heat and warm the water anyway. So there's still room to go with that setting, but as you can see in our results, it will make a slight difference. Also, I want to point out that the hose is going to be a little bit shorter compared to the regular Bissell Little Green, and they redesigned the ridges on it too. I actually like the older hose better because they're closer together. I found every once in a while these will get tangled or just cause more resistance when I'm cleaning if I'm up against a piece of furniture than if we had the other Bissell Little Green hose. Also, having this run side by side with the Bissell Little Green, I am able to hear and notice this one first. So that leads me to believe that this one's going to be a little bit louder. It's kind of a wash though. They're both loud, but this one appears to maybe run even a little bit louder than the regular Bissell Little Green. And now for the elephant in the room, our unit leaks. I mean, look at this. It's still dripping and leaking here. I thought I already dried everything out. So this unit leaks, and that's a bummer. Usually I'll say, hey, I'm just unlucky. That happens. That's the nature of manufacturing, regardless of the product or brand. Sure, some brands maybe have higher quality control than others, but they're still going to have some issues somewhere, most likely, especially when it's something that's complex like this and involves water, especially warm water. Now, here's what's interesting though. So typically I'd say I'm just unlucky. That happens. It's the course of life and buying things. So, but this is the fourth Bissell Little Green machine I've owned. I own the original one, the pet version, this version, and a fourth unit, which was a replacement sent to me because the first unit developed a leak. So back here on the first unit, somewhere where the hose connected, there was a leak and a drip, and there's just no way to fix it. This is like embedded into the machine, so you'd have to get, I don't know if you could, but anyways, beside the point, I couldn't fix it, so I had to request a refund for that product within their warranty period, and everything was smooth sailing. They actually sent me a brand new unit. I got to dispose of the original one. So the good news is the customer service experience was simple and straightforward, but the bad news is that's already happened to me one other time out of 4 machines. So that I'm 50-50. I don't know if I'm really unlucky or if there's something else going on. Now that's spread out across 2 different models, but it's still really, really interesting to me that I've encountered now 2 out of my 4 units that leak in some capacity. This one's way more substantial and alarming versus the other one just with a slight drip at the hose connector. But again, that's not something good and something you want to see. Our experience is such a bummer because I love the Bissell Little Green machines. I still stand by them. I still recommend them and think most people out there should have them. If you have any sort of carpet, upholstery, vehicles that you want to detail or clean, any kids and pets, this is a must-have in your cleaning kit. But where does that leave us in regards to this one versus the regular Bissell Little Green? I would let cost be the deciding factor. If all things are equal, it's really up to you which one you want. I think most of you, if they're going to be the same cost, you would pick up this version because of this tool right here that you're getting, and the fact that it will keep your water warmer, which will make a slight difference in your cleaning experience overall. But what's goofy about that is really this would be a benefit for somebody cleaning for hours upon hours versus the regular Bissell Little Green, where the water will eventually cool off to room temperature. But chances are if you're cleaning for hours upon hours upon hours, you'll be cycling through your clean water tank over and over and over again, so you'll constantly be having warm water. So at the end of the day, this kind of becomes a moot point or feature. So if costs are unequal and this one's more expensive, it's a no-brainer to go ahead and pick up just the regular Bissell Little Green and you'll be all set and ready to go. It's going to hold temperatures just fine in its insulated clean water tank, that thick plastic. Obviously, it still decreases over this, but it's not bad, especially after half an hour, 10 degrees or less. Going to be hard for you to truly notice a difference on your rugs or carpets. So for that discrepancy in cost, you'll be much better off with that unit.